all you need is one friend or one organization or something, a pet, your religion, something that you feel connected to, that then you feel like you have a place on this earth, that your life matters. And when I started getting to that phrasing, I used to have a sign in my office before I changed to the lips, was your story matters.
Mm.
And I think that's a lot of what my job is now too, is for people to know that their story matters. I remember this, I ran a counseling center in a university in Virginia, and I had this one client who was really quirky, and a little bit socially awkward, and we've been working together about a year. And he said, "This 1 hour that I have with you this every week is the one hour that I know someone's going to know I'm alive, and
Oh
someone knows
my
that I
gosh.
exist." I know, and it's just it's heartbreaking,
Yeah.
clearly, but also it feels like such an honor
Mm.
to help someone know that they matter, and
Let's
that's
get into what you said about, you know, sexuality being a person's essence. What does that mean? And what does holistic sexuality mean?
yeah.
I
So
can't even say it without being uncomfortable. Did you hear that? I was like,
yes, and that's because we don't, because
how often do I
sexuality
say the
is
word? Never.
well, and it's also it is taboo. It's not
Yeah.
polite in so many circumstances for us to be able to talk about. So we all have senses. We're all sensual. Again, when we put sensuality in the context of sexuality, we think sensuality only means like we're just wearing a flowy skirt
I
and
know. I was about to do the same
yeah,
thing. Like it's like,
doing tantra, which can be a part of it, but really sensuality means our five senses.
mm,
And so when you again start broadening your view and your relationship with the word sexuality, then you can realize, yeah, I'm just talking about how do your senses interact in the world, and how much do you attune to the senses in your world. I love the consent movement, but I wish we were talking also about the after effect of consent too.
yeah.
Teach that.
Yeah, and I think for me, the just go along with it, like, that was, like, a whole semester. Like like,
Mhm.
that was a phase of, and I don't mean to minimize it by saying phase, but it was definitely a period of time that started and ended with pretty finite dates attached to it, um, that I just felt like I'm going along with this. And if I really think about it, I think I know that I was searching for something, right? Like I was searching for that connection, I was searching for acceptance, I was searching for validation and sort of attention, really. But and I think too what was confusing is I would never have said that I was an insecure person,
Mhm.
but I totally was. In that sense, and I think that um I think that at the time there was a lot of justification in my head of like either of this is what we do in college. We explore and we experiment. And I am, you know, brave enough to explore sexuality, but really I was miserable. It felt horrible. And I wasn't going into the experiences self-assured and feeling like I know what I want out of this situation. I was going into the experiences hoping for a certain outcome, not communicating that outcome, and just like praying that it would work, like crossing my fingers, and it obviously never did. And I think so many um I don't know about the younger generations, but I
Mhm.
think I mean all of my girlfriends in college, like we all sat around saying the same thing. So I know I'm not like the only one who experienced it that way, but it's confusing. And I think that as the part with agency is that hmm, it's tricky in that
Mhm.
the agency colliding with youth, colliding with sexuality, like I almost feel like the feeling that I have inside is like slow down, like slow down. Like we need more time before we're like incorporating our body and our actual in the bedroom sexuality with agency. Like we need more time. Like that's how it just feels to me. Or maybe I'm just saying like I needed more time. Really, I guess that's what it
And I'll say again, no one thinks they had the right sexuality. No one. No one's like, I had the best sexual journey. I
is.
was perfect and healthy 100% of the time.
Yeah.
And I'm a model of sexuality. No, nobody says that. I mean, I can give you example after example of different nuances. Like if I'd only done this, well, like, well, here's a person who did that, and this is how they feel about it. It's just we are taught there's a right and a wrong, and you are never right. That is the headline of sexuality in our culture, and that's a mistake. And it's a when you give kids information,
Mhm.
when you give it in a non-reactive way, and you arm them with information and that you trust them to make good decisions, that you think that they can make good decisions. That's my number one parenting tip to everyone, no matter what the topic is tell your kids you trust them, show them that you trust them, let them make decisions,
Mm.
let them make decisions that have nothing to do with sex, so that when they make decisions within sexuality they already know how to make decisions. They have activated their agency outside of sexuality. They know how to make it. They know there's a decision to be made. They
Mhm.
make a decision actively and they live with the consequences of those decisions. Let them have those consequences. You do that and put it inside of sexuality, and they're going to be such better armed. Whether